Okay, so my very first question that I'm going to do is number 1. Now, if I factor out, let's say, a 2x from both of these terms, I'm going to get an x minus 1. If I factor out a 6 from both of these terms, I'm going to get a negative x plus 1. Okay, now look, these are almost the same. So if I made this, let's just say a negative 6, this would be a positive and this would be a negative. Therefore, I have a x, positive x, and a negative 1 would cancel out. 2 divided by negative 6 is negative 1/3, which is negative x over 3, which is letter choice D. All right, for number 2. Number 2 is super simple. You're just factoring the top, which is going to be x plus and x minus 6 divided by x plus 5. Now it's divided by, so I'm going to change it to the multiplication of the reciprocal, which is 1 over x plus 6. This cancels out and this cancels out, leaving me x minus 6 over x plus 5, which is letter choice C. All right, number 3. Same thing for number 3. I'm just going to factor everything out. I'm going to say for number 3, I can have two numbers that multiply together to get 21, add together to get 10 is 7 and 3. Oh, and this is the difference of squares, x plus 3, x minus 3. These are already canceled out. And this is top divided by, which I'm going to flip it to get x minus 7 over x plus 7. These cancel out to give you x minus 7 over x minus 3, which is letter choice D. For number 4, I have to solve the equations. Now, the easiest way, I think, to do this is if you move one of those over to the other side. So I'm going to make the right side equal 0, and I'm going to have, actually, let's do this. Let's make the left side equal 0. So I'm going to move that fraction over. I'm going to have this one stays x squared over x minus 6. I'm going to move this over here to get negative 36 over x minus 6 equals 0. And then if I add these two together, I get x squared minus 36 over x minus 6 equals 0. This is a difference of squares. This can be factored as x plus and x minus 6 over x minus 6 equals 0. Cross cancel or divide, and you're going to get negative 6 as an answer, which is letter choice B. All right, now for number 5. Number 5. For number 5, I'm just going to walk you through the first step. I'm going to cross multiply. So I'm going to do x minus 2 times x minus 4 equals x minus 6 times x plus 5. And then what I'm going to do is when I multiply these out, I'll just go ahead and do the second step without doing anything else. X squared minus 4x minus 2x plus 8 equals x squared plus 5x minus 6x minus 30. Now look, if I have to get one side equal to 0. So if I move this over, x squareds are actually going to cancel out. And then I'm left with this simple linear equation by isolating my x and solving. Giving you, for number 5, your answer is A. Okay, moving on to number 6. All right, moving on to number 6. I am going to add the left side. All right, so look, if I add the left side, I get a common denominator of e plus 6 over, added together, e plus 6. My common denominator is going to be e plus and e minus 6. So if I took this e, I had to multiply it by e minus 6. And then my second number, I had to add that 6. Because it was an e minus 6, I had to multiply by e plus 6. So I had to multiply this by e plus 6. And then I get 7e plus 30 over e, look at this. See how it's already set up over e minus 6. It's already set up the same as this. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to multiply all this out. I'm going to get e squared minus 6e plus 6e plus 36. And I'm going to move this over here to get this equal to 0. I can add these two because the denominators are the same. So if I move this whole term over here, I have to subtract it, meaning I have to minus the 7e and I have to minus the 30. Over e plus 6 times e minus 6. Okay, now with this, I'm not going to do any more. Well, I'm going to have to factor this. Well, I will do a little more. This cancels out. If I multiply this side by the denominator, this denominator cancels out. And if I multiply this side by the denominator, the 0 stays. So technically, I have e squared minus 7e plus 33 equals 0. So I have to either solve by quadratic equation or factor. Giving me, what is the answer for number 6? I'm not gonna go ahead and do any more, but the answer is 1. The reason why, oh, go ahead and solve it. If you solve it, you're gonna get an answer. Let me make sure I do the math the same real quick. So I'm going to have e squared, because I did it kind of fast, e squared minus 6e, and then I multiply this by 6 times e, and then positive 36. E squared plus 36 minus 7e minus 30. Oh wait, I'm sorry. This isn't 3. This is 36. Sorry guys, 36. And good thing I went over it. 36 minus 30 is a positive 6. Sorry. All right. So if I factor this, I can just do it real quick. This is going to be e minus 6 times e minus 1 equals 0. I get an answer of positive 6 and positive 1. But this is an extraneous solution, because if I plug this 6 back into my original denominator, this is going to give me a denominator of 0, which I cannot have. That's why the only answer is 1 for number 6, which is C. All right. Now for number 7. I'll do 7 right here. The denominators are different. So you're going to have to multiply this d times d plus 9. And then you're going to have to multiply this d by d plus 4 equals 1. All over d plus 4 times d plus 9. All right, so when I do this, for number 7, when I do this, I'm going to have d squared plus 9d plus d squared plus 4d equals 1. This is all over d plus 4 times d plus 9. All right, now what you're going to do is you're going to multiply this side by d plus 4 times d plus 9, which is going to cancel out. You're going to multiply this side by d plus 4 times d plus 9, and it's going to give you d times d. I'm just multiplying this out. I'll just leave it like this and let you do the rest. D plus 4 times D plus 9. All right, so when I multiply that out, I am going to move everything over on the other side and simplify. So my answer is actually going to give me D once I do this. This is for number 7. All right, going on to number 8. You're just canceling out variables. I'm not going to go ahead and do number 8. You can cross cancel diagonally or up or down. For number 9, I'll go ahead and do number 9. Number 8's real easy. You just cancel out the variables vertically and diagonally. For number 9, you have n plus and n minus 3 over n plus 3. These cancel out. Times n over, I'm going to pull a 2 out from both of those terms to give me n minus 3. These cancel out, giving me n over 2, which is letter choice D for number 9. All right, for number 10, same thing. You're just factoring and you're cross-canceling. I've done multiple questions just like number 10, so I'm not going to go ahead and do number 10. The answer is already there for you in the work. Number 11. I'm not going to go through questions that are exactly the same as other questions just for the sake of time because I don't want people to zone out while they're watching this as well. Number 10 is just like many other questions that we did on the test. All right, but I will go over number 11. I'm not going to worry about 1 over x divided. I'm not going to worry about this right now. I'm going to simplify the bottom. I have x over x squared plus 1. Okay, so I'm going to change this. I'm going to say 1 over x divided by this, which is x over x squared plus 1. Now, this right here is the exact same as this. How do you divide fractions? Change it to multiplication of the reciprocal. All right. If you were to do this, x squared plus 1 times 1 is x squared plus 1. X times x is x squared, giving you letter choice A. Super simple, nothing else to it. That's number 11. Going on to question number 12. Question number 12 is the same exact kind of question. I'm going to go back. Number 12, I'll go ahead and start the first process of number 12. I have to have a common denominator on the left of x minus 8 times x minus 4. So I have to multiply the x by x minus 4, and I have to multiply that positive 6 times x minus 8. And then I have this is equal to x squared over. I have to factor the bottom. Two numbers that multiply together to get negative 12. Add together to get 32 is actually this. So that makes it super simple. X minus 8 times x minus 4. Now I'm going to move this over here. I'm going to multiply this out first. I'm going to get x squared minus 4x plus 6x minus 48. I just multiplied that. I'm going to move this over here. Moving that x squared makes it a negative x squared. All over x minus 8 times x minus 4. Multiply this side by the denominator. Multiply this side by the denominator. And the 0 cancels everything out. These two x squares cancel out, becomes a simple linear equation for number 12, giving you an answer of C. Number 13 is the exact same thing as number 12. You're factoring the difference of squares. Number 14 is the exact same thing. You have to factor first. For number 15, I'll go ahead and do number 15. Number 15 is a little different. I think the easiest way to do number 15 is this. It's called a proportion. X over 1 equals 2 over x minus 1. A proportion is when you have a fraction equaling another fraction. And you learned whenever you just did, I think, IM3 or basic algebra, you cross multiply. Whenever you have a fraction equaling another fraction, you cross multiply. And you set them equal to each other. So x times x minus 1, which is x squared, and then x times negative 1 is negative x. Set this equal to this. All right, and then move this over. X squared minus x minus 2 equals 0. Factor. X negative 2, x positive 1 equals 0, and you're set equal to 0, and you're going to get negative 1 and positive 2. Look, x minus 2 times x plus 1 equals 0. Positive 2, negative 1 is your answer, which is C. Okay. Moving along, moving along. All right, let me go ahead and read. Oh gosh, 16 was ridiculously easy. All right. The production rate of some factory is x plus 1, blah, blah, blah. And another factory is that. What is a model for the combined production? Whenever it's asking you to combine something, it just means add it together, which is going to give you letter choice for number 16. You can add those together because the denominators are the same. Super simple. C. The only person in this class that missed 16 was because they were too lazy to read that actual question. 16 is ridiculously easy. All right, number 17. I'm going to factor x plus 1 times x plus 4 over x plus 1. Boom, gone. Times the reciprocal x plus 1 over x plus 4. Gone. Answer, which is letter choice D. That's 17. I shouldn't even have done that. That was too easy for you guys. All right. What is the x coordinate for the vertex? Now the x coordinate for number 18. To find your x coordinate for vertex is equal to negative b over 2 times your a. Your b is negative, and then your b is negative 6, so that's negative b over 2 times your a, which is 2/3. Here's your simplification. This is going to give you a positive. 6 over 2 over 1 times 2 over 3 is equal to 4 over 3. All right, so if we continue on with this, I'm going to rewrite this as 6 over 1. Instead of divided by 4/3, I'm going to change it to the multiplication of 3/4, which is going to give me, let's just keep it simple. We don't have to cross cancel. 6 times 3 is 18. 1 times 4 is 4. Divide both of those by 2, giving me 9 over 2, which is letter choice D. Oh man, there's a lot of D's on this test. A lot of answer choice D's. Once again, I didn't specifically do that. I just have a list of questions that I choose from, and they already have the answers there. A lot of answer choice D's on this test. All right, that was 18. Number 19. You just have to figure out the bottom side. So it's just set up. It's set up like this. The perimeter is 20. So if you took all the sides, which is 15 over x plus 1, plus 6 over x, plus 4 over x, plus 9 over x plus 1. I'm going to add all of these together. And once I add all these together, I have to find a mystery part. Once you add all these together, get your common denominator. Your common denominator is going to be x times x plus 1. It's not just x plus 1. That's the simple error. Multiply this by x. Multiply this by x plus 1 to get 6x plus 6. Multiply this by x plus 1 to get 4x plus... Oh, never mind. It's just asking for the straight up area. Oh, that's super easy. Okay. What I would do You have to solve for x. Okay, all right, so you're going to have to solve for x. Anyways, this is multiplied, 4x plus 4. This is multiplied by x. Add all these together to solve for x. That's what I would do first. I'm sorry. Plus, another 6x, 6 over x, and another 4x. This is the key factor right here, because this represents the bottom side that they don't give you. This represents the bottom side that they don't give you. So you're going to have to do this. You're going to have to figure out, multiply this again by x plus 1, which is going to give me 6x plus 6. Multiply this by x plus 1, which is going to give me 4x. Sorry for the scrunching. 4x plus 4. Here's your equation. And then you're going to solve for x. You just combine all of these together and solve for x. Okay, what I'm going to do for number 20, most of you guys probably did this. Most of you probably graphed it on your graphing calculator and just figured out what the zeros were, which is fine. You can do it like that too, it's fine. I think the easiest way is to do this. Set it equal to 0 for number 20. Set it equal to 0. Oh, your answer for number 19, I have it on the calendar as well, but the answer for number 19 is D. Number 19 is D. All right, for number 20, I set it equal to 0, negative x squared plus x plus 6. I'm going to multiply this whole thing by negative 1 to get this to equal to positive x squared minus x minus 6. And then you can factor it. X minus 3 times x plus 2. And then set equal to 0. Your answer is negative 2, positive 3, which is letter choice A. All right, for 21, I'm not going to do 21. The denominators are the same. The c's cancel out. You're just going to have what? The negative. The only thing that could trick people on 21, I'll just explain this. C plus 2 over D minus C minus 1 over D. This minus means it changes both of these signs. So technically you're going to have C plus 2 minus C plus 1 because you have to distribute that negative all over D. These cancel out to get 3 over D, which is letter choice B. This is for 21. All right, for 22, I'll go ahead and do 22. 22 might have had a little confusion, but it should be pretty simple. I'm going to have 4 over x minus 4 divided by 6 over x plus 2. I am going to simplify this first. 6 over x plus 2 over 1. My denominator is going to be x. I don't do anything with that 6, but I multiply this side by x, so I multiply the top by x to get positive 2x. So this is the answer to just this. So I'm going to replace this now with 6 plus 2x all over x. All right, now what I'm going to do is I am going to flip this upside down. Let me go through real quick to make sure I didn't mess it up because I did it rather quickly. Let me do it one more time real quick. 6 over x plus 2 over 1. My common denominator is going to be x. 6, multiply this by x, multiply this by x to get 6 plus 2x all over x. All right, cool. And now I'm going to change it to multiplication of the reciprocal. This is question number 22. So I have 4 over x minus 4 times x over 6 plus 2x. All right. What I can do is this. I can pull a 2 out from both of these. So I'm going to say 4 over x minus 4 times, I can factor out a 2 from both of these to give me 3 plus x. The reason why I'm doing that is because I'm going to simplify. This is gone, and this becomes a 2. So my answer is 2 times x is 2x over x minus 4 times x plus 3. I think they multiply. Your answer is D. They multiply this out to get x squared minus x minus 12. But anyways, your answer is D for 22. All right, for number C, a sight scene. A sightseeing boat travels 21 miles per hour in the calm water of a lake. The same boat is used for sightseeing in a nearby river. All right, so if it's used in a nearby river, it means you're going to have 2 equal fractions because they're giving you the value of one boat and a value of another boat. So let's just call this boat 1. Let's call this boat 2. And since it's the same boat, they're going to equal each other. In the river, the boat travels 3.1 miles downstream with the current same amount of time it takes to travel 2.6 against the river. All right, so it travels 21 miles per hour. In the river, when you're going with the stream, let's call this C the current. If you're going with, which means plus, with the current, you're going 3.1 miles downstream because you're going with the current. When you're going with the current, it's pushing you down. But now this same boat in another river is actually going up the current. So it's 21 minus the current. And this boat going up the current is going 2.6 miles per hour. You just have to solve for C. And it's going to give you, you're going to cross multiply this times this equals this times this. Super simple. And then you solve for C, which is approximately the answer is letter choice C, 1.84. Anyways, that's how you set it up, and that's why you would set it up like that. For 24 is simple. You're just multiplying and canceling out, which I'm not going to go over. Last one, 25. I'll just go over 25 with you. For 25, my common denominator is going to be both of those, x plus and x minus 9. So I multiply the 4 by x minus 9, and I multiply that positive 3 by x plus 9 to give me 4x minus 36 plus 3x plus 27 all over. This is actually a difference of squares. If you multiply this out, you get x squared minus 81. Combine the 4x and 3x is going to give you 7x. Negative 36, positive 27 gives you a negative 9 over x squared minus 81, which is letter choice B. That was the very last question.